Welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you a very important and serious update from South Sudan. These are the stories that affect millions of people and could shape the future of the country. There are four major developments you need to understand. We will talk about the United States is warning that South Sudan could be heading back to war. Second, we'll talk about the government is planning to shut down illegal clinics in the country. Third, we'll talk about election officials say time is running out for voting preparation. And finally, we will talk about the cabinet has approved new changes to the peace agreement. All of these stories are connected together. They tell us one thing clearly: South Sudan is at a very critical moment. Before we move on, I would like to ask you for your support. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, please help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with U.S. warn about return to conflict. The United States has raised a strong warning about the South Sudan. Speaking at the United Nations, Jennifer Loseta said that the action of President Salva Kiir Mayardit are pushing the country closer to another civil war. This is a very strong statement. She explained that the problem is not that South Sudan lacks peace agreement. The country has signed many agreements before. The real problem, she said, is that leaders are not following those agreements. In simple terms, agreement exists on paper, but they are not being put into action. According to the United Nations or US, something very serious happened earlier this year. It is reported that around 270,000 people were told to leave their home within just 3 days. Many of these people were living in areas like Akobo. Imagine being told to leave everything you own in 72 hours. No time to prepare, no time to plan. People had to run for their life. Reports say that homes were burned by the SSPDF. Entire communities were destroyed by the SSPDF. Families lost everything. Water sources were polluted by SSPDF, meaning people could not even drink clean water. Meaning people could not even drink clean water. Even more troubling, women and girls were reportedly abused during this time. These are very serious claims. The United States say this kind of action cannot be justified, even if it is called a security operation. The US also criticized how peacekeeping forces are being treated. The United Nations mission in South Sudan, known as United Nations Mission in South Sudan or UNMISS, is supposed to help protect civilians. But according to report, peacekeepers are being blocked from moving freely. Some of their bases have been shut down. Flying to help people return home have been stopped. There were more than 80 violations reported in just 3 months. That is a very high number. Let's look at the strong message from the US. The US made it clear they will not support peacekeeping missions that do not protect people. They are asking for changes, including better protection for civilians, more transparency, holding those responsible accountable. The message is simple. People need protection now, not promises later. So, what does this mean? This warning from the United States is not just talk. Well, it is a signal to the world that South Sudan could be in danger of going back to war. And when big countries speak like that, like this, at the United Nations, it usually means the situation is serious. And let's move on to our next report. Government of South Sudan targets illegal clinic. The government said it is ready to shut down clinics that are operating without licenses. This warning came from Martin Ilya Lumoro. What is the problem? In many areas, especially in cities like Juba, there are many small clinics, but not all of them are run by trained professionals. Some people are offering medical service without proper training or approval. This is dangerous. Why this matter? Health care is not something you can guess. If untrained people treat patients, people can receive wrong medicine, illness can become worse, life can be lost. That is why the government wants strict rules. A new online platform has been launched, and this system will allow people to check if a doctor is licensed, register medical professionals, and improve transparency. This is a positive step. Well, even with these efforts, there are still problems: lack of funding, limited office space, weak enforcement. So while the plan is good, implementation will be the real test. Let's move on with another information. Election deadline pressure. South Sudan is expected to hold election in December 2026 this year. But there is a big problem. Time is running out. There is warning from election officials. Abenego Akok Casual say the election commission need to announce the election date by June. After that, they must register voters, educate citizens, prepare materials, all within a short time. So the big problem here is money. The election commission say they have no funding yet. Even though the budget was approved, the money has not been released. Without money, no voter registration, no ballot paper, and no logistic. In simple terms, no election at all. Let's look at other concerns. There are also political and security challenges within the country. Dispute in different regions, people displaced by conflict, and question about how refugees will vote. These issues need solution quickly. What about peace? The election process is linked to the 2018 peace agreement. This agreement was signed by leaders, including first by President Dr. Riek Machar. But the agreement has faced delay many times. Now, leaders said election must happen even if other reforms are not complete. Finally, let's look at the latest decision by the government. Change to the peace agreement. The cabinet has approved new changes to the peace agreement. This was announced by Ateng. So, what are these changes? The goal is to make it easier to hold election. Some earlier requirements have already been removed, such as writing a permanent constitution before election, and conducting a national census. Now, the focus is simple on moving forward with election. Here are the concerns from civil society. Not everyone agrees with these changes. Activist Edmund Yakani said that the process is not being followed correctly. According to the agreement, any changes must be approved by a monitoring body called Reconstituted Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission. Without that approval, he said the change may break the agreement. Let's look at the regional pressure. Groups like the African Union are also watching closely. They are calling for dialogue between leaders, release of political detainees, and respect for ceasefire agreement. Well, when we look at all these stories together, a clear picture appears. South Sudan is facing serious challenges at the same time. Risk of renewed conflict, weak health care system, election uncertainty, and also disagreement over peace agreement. These are not the small issues. They affect the future of the entire country. So what happens next? Will leaders take action to protect citizens? Will election happen on time? Will peace hold? These are the questions everyone is asking. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Then meet on the next video. Bye-bye.